What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Today we are finally finishing off the series where I give you the roadmap to where you can find all 8 stakes to unlock one of the ruinous Pokemon. And today I'm going to be showing you the location of where you can find all 8 of the green stakes in order to unlock Ting-Lu. So if you are still trying to finish up your collection of the ruinous Pokemon, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so that you're always up to date with the latest Pokemon news, and give this video a thumbs up if you are a Pokemon fan so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more Pokemon fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. And if you are still on the hunt for your own copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, or you're looking to get one for someone for the upcoming holidays, I have linked copies of them on my Amazon storefront down below as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the locations of all 8 stakes so that you can unlock Ting-Lu. So for our first stake, the fastest way to get here is by fast traveling over to the little islet in Castle Royale Lake. So literally like the smack middle of the lake. And we're gonna go to a cave that is at the very edge of the Glaciado mountain range. And this is gonna actually be a lot simpler than you think because the cave is literally right across from us. So I am gonna go ahead and just hop into the lake here towards that terrestrialized Pokemon. And you can kind of see the opening of the cave right up there, kind of where that tree is right below the little snow cap. So let me try to avoid this freaking bane of my existence fish right now. Okay, hopefully we can get across this lake without getting attacked by anything. I don't have high hopes, but oh god, oh god. All right, we made it. We made it. And I'm gonna go ahead and climb up the side of this little like cliff thing, and you should be able to land on like the little grassy patches that are above the lake. Boom, here we are. And then we're gonna go right up there to that cave. So let's go ahead and run this way and climb up this wall as well. I love having abilities on my legendaries. It makes my life so much easier. Oh look, a TM. Okay, we're not gonna get distracted. We're gonna keep going up until we get to the opening of the cave, and boom. So we are literally right across from the little islet. So it's literally like a straight diagonal line in order to get here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and run through the cave here. It's a very short cave, but on the other side, you're gonna end up literally in the snow. Hello. Okay, hello, Glalie. And then the stake is actually right up here on this little ledge, and boom. There it is, our first green stake. Some people call these yellow stakes. I think they look green, but let's go ahead and pick it up. Okay, our second stake is still around the Castle Royale Lake area. However, if you have unlocked the fast travel point here at the Gracia Stones, that is gonna be the fastest way to get there. Because we're gonna go over here to this little cliffside area, and it's gonna be on the ledge that overlooks the water. You can, however, if you have not unlocked this fast travel point, still come here from the little islet in Castle Royale Lake. You're just gonna have to swim pretty far in order to get here because it is on the very edge overlooking the ocean. So I highly recommend unlocking this fast travel point just to make your life a lot easier. But we're gonna go straight up there towards that tree because that is quite literally where our stake is gonna be. And that's why this is the most convenient spot, is if you do have this fast travel point. It's also next to some ruins. So if you're trying to look for some ruins to look for a certain Pokemon, feel free to do that. But I literally just hopped right up the little ledge right here that's right next to the ruins. And we're gonna go up to this ledge and up one more. And once you get to the very top, if you look down, our stake is right over here, quite literally overlooking the water. But we have made it to stake number 2, so let's go ahead and pick it up. Okay, and speaking of Castle Royale Lake and all of these stakes being around it, I actually completely forgot that I found this stake on accident the other day when I was looking to get myself a pink Tatsugiri. So I'm quite literally on the fast travel point for Castle Royale Lake on the islet. The next stake is literally gonna be on the islet. I cannot believe that I forgot about this one. It's literally right, if you run up to this side of the islet, so you literally spawn when you fast travel down there where that rock kind of is. If you run up the hill to like the left of you, there's our stake. It's literally like the easiest one to get to. So we have now made it to stake number 3, and it's literally right on the islet for Castle Royale Lake. Stake number 4 is still around the Castle Royale Lake. However, it will be faster if you travel over here to Porto Marinada, because you'll be able to just kind of glide across this little like gulch over here and across the river over to this little ledge. You can technically come from the Castle Royale Lake islet and just swim across the entire lake, but it's just a little bit faster if you come from the Pokemon Center over here. So you're just gonna run literally straight across. I just glide across this little opening here just to save time personally. Do what you like. If you want to run, you can do that. Once you land, you're gonna come across a river. I'm gonna go ahead and hop over the river so I can avoid any swimming fish Pokemon because they're the bane of my existence. And then, so now as you can see, we're back in the Casseroya Lake and the stake is right up there. You can see it glowing. So we're gonna go on top of this little cliff rock thing, whatever you want to call it, and we have arrived. So we're overlooking the ocean on one side, and then on the other side you have Casseroya Lake, and then your islet is behind this tree. Hello, tree, please move. Right back there. So that's the islet over there. So it is quite a swim if you go that route, so it is a little bit faster if you just travel to that Pokemon Center right over there in Puerto Marinada. But let's get stake number 4. So for stake number 5, we're back here on the Casseroya Lake islet, and we're gonna travel to this little island that's right below us, which if you look in real life, it's that little island right there with the 2 trees at the very top. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop on Koraidon. I'm gonna glide as far as I can because since we do have quite a bit of open water to tread, I want to avoid all of the Pokemon that spawn in the lake so that I don't get attacked by anything, because knowing me, I will get attacked by something. I always do trying to film these. But now that we're here, you're just gonna go ahead and climb up the little cliff and avoid all of these flamingos. No! What did I tell you guys? Always something trying to attack me when I film these. Okay, hold on. Let me get away from this flamingo. Okay, now that we're on top of the little cliff, you can see right down here on a mini cliff that is where stake number 5 is. So I'm at the very top where the 2 trees are, and I'm just gonna hop down here and get stake number 5. So the easiest way to get to stake number 6 is by fast traveling over to the Casseroya Lake Watchtower. But if you haven't unlocked this fast travel point over here, you can also come from the fast travel point at Casseroya Lake and just swim to this side of the lake over here that's close to the river, kind of facing the Asado Desert. Or if you have the Colonnade Hollow fast travel point, you can also do that and just kind of run down the path over to this area as well. Or if you don't have that fast travel point, you can also start over here from Puerto Marinada and just, you know, go down the trail to this point over here. But basically what I'm saying is that whether you come from the lake, the watchtower, the fast travel point, or Puerto Marinada, all you have to do is come over to this little bridge area because our next stake is going to be tucked away in a corner close to the bridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to get there from the watchtower here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off. There's our bridge down there. And if we jump down here to where the river is, we're just gonna have to cross the river, and you can literally see the stake right over there. If you're trying to look for like a landmark besides the bridge, I would look for the singular tree that is next to the bridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop across the river here. Boom. And run over here to stake number 6. And as you can see, there's Casseroya Lake over there. So you can see that you can swim across the lake to this area as well. If you don't have any of the fast travel points unlocked, that might be the fastest way rather than going all the way to Puerto Marinada if you are looking to get there without the fast travel points. But let's go ahead and get stake number 6. So for stake number 7, the quickest way to get there is to fast travel to Colonnade Hollow, which is like the little cave area that's kind of by the ocean, because stake number 7 is actually inside of the caves right in the middle of them. So I'll show you how to get there from here. So you're gonna go ahead and run into the little cave. I don't even know if this is considered a cave. I guess cavern is more of a better term to describe it, but I'm just gonna run along here, along the path, and the stake is actually gonna be on top of one of these little like rock structures. There it is, right over there. You can see it right there. You can also get to this point of the little cavern area by coming from the watchtower where I got the last stake from as well. So that's the Casseroya Lake watchtower that I used to get to the stake that was down there by that little rock. But you can also use it to get to this area, but it's just a little closer if you go to the actual Hollows fast travel point. So let me go ahead and climb up there and avoid all these Pokemon. God. There we go. Climb up here, and we've arrived at stake number 7. And for our 8th and final stake, I started off here in the city of Medali, and we're gonna go ahead and follow the trail to that waterfall that you see straight ahead of me. So let me go ahead and hop on Koraidon, because our stake is actually gonna be at the very top of the waterfall, kind of on a little grassy ledge. So I tried to get here a couple of different ways. I tried getting here from the ice type gym, I tried getting here from Montenevra, and being on top of the mountain kind of makes it hard to navigate where you are, just because it's kind of hard to tell where you are because everything is snowy and white. So I honestly get disoriented while I'm up there, and I literally have no idea where I am. So I'm quite literally just going to climb up the face of this cliff until I get to the very top of the waterfall. So here we are climbing up the waterfall. Here's a little ledge. We're gonna keep going up. Another little ledge, going up again, and boom. And here we are at our 8th stake. So you can quite literally just run down from Medali and climb straight up the ledge here to this little ledge right next to where the waterfall starts. Oh no, Gold Duck, leave me alone. And Psyduck's coming after me? Come on. But so stake number 8 is going to be right next to the very end or the very start of the waterfall, overlooking the city of Medali. Fastest way to get there that I found was coming from Medali and climbing up the waterfall. You can also go to Montenevra and follow the river that you see behind me down here as well if you just go right out the gate next to the Pokemon Center. You can also come from the gym, but the gym's kind of like more off to the side, so it's harder to find this specific ledge. But you do have a couple of different ways to get here, and just so I can show you on the map. So I tried coming from here, which is the gym, but since the gym is kind of in the middle of nowhere, it was hard to find the right path to come here without sliding around or going in the wrong direction. I found it easier to get to this point from Montenevra than from the gym because you just exit out of the gate, you'll come across this little path, you'll cross this bridge here, and you can just kind of keep going in like a diagonal until you get to this point as well. But like I said, the simplest way that I found was to come from Medali and climb up the waterfall to this little cliff. So let's go ahead and get stake number 8. And if you are trying to see where the location of the actual shrine is, easiest place to fast travel to is the Casseroya Lake Islet, and you're gonna wanna swim across the lake over to where the Socar Trail is facing the ocean. And there's nothing really around here that you can use to get here quickly. You do just kind of have to walk around the area. But the biggest markers that I could find are the fact that you can see that lighthouse right over there through the trees. And if I turn around, I'm in between the cliffs here. And you're gonna find this little like opening or trail that you can kind of turn into. There is also a waterfall over here, so you can kind of use that as well. If you just follow the river and once you find the waterfall, you just kind of keep going, you'll be able to find that this little opening where you can turn into. And this is where the shrine is tucked away. So it is super tucked away, but if you just stick to the river, you spot the waterfall, or you spot that watchtower or lighthouse, couldn't really tell what it was, then that means you're on the right track. But there you have it. That is all 8 locations that you need to find all the stakes to unlock Ting-Lu. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.